Welcome in, everybody. Glad to have you along the social channels here today. We are broadcasting right here from the Mayo Civic Center, downtown Rochester, Minnesota. It is the annual Midwest Motorsports Expo that is held, as we said, annually here in Rochester. We are just about ready to open the doors to get things underway. And again, glad to have everybody along. I believe admission is only $5 to get in. There is free parking. If you're looking for, hey, how do I park? How do I get here? There is the Mayo Civic Center parking ramp that is literally right to the east. It is right next door. It is free parking on the weekends, so easy to get to, easy to find a place to park here in this area. And we have nearly 70 vendors here inside this booth, and inside this facility, and inside the Mayo Civic Center. You will find industry experts from every avenue: chassis builders, engine builders, parts manufacturers, and some of the best minds in motorsports. You're going to find them all right here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo. It runs from 9. It's about just a few minutes away, 9 o'clock until 4 p.m., so you got plenty of time to come on out. As we said, parking, cheap admission, and you're going to find a whole host of industry experts in here. And we're going to do a walk around here today, so I'm going to turn my back here, and we're going to go find Chad Weirs from Weirs Racing Products, Weirs Machine Racing Products. Then we'll find Kevco, and then make our way throughout the booth area here inside the Expo Center. So as we walk our way down here, morning, Chad. How are you? We just kicked things off live here. We were welcoming everybody out. Obviously, this thing runs from 9 to 4 here today. Plenty of time for folks to come on out and enjoy. And I said nearly 70 folks signed up here to be inside this area here, the exhibiting hall at the Mayo Civic Center.
Yeah, we're super excited for today. We got a lot of great companies from all over the country here to display their products, and hopefully the racers that are in the area come out and support it.
Well, there's two what I would call presenting sponsors, yourself and also Kevco Manufacturing. Give us just a quick snapshot of why is this show important to you? I mean, I know you guys put a lot of time into a show that probably maybe doesn't personally return you a lot, but from an industry perspective, this is awfully important for you guys to bring this here to this area.
Yeah, I mean, we do all kinds of trackside events and trade shows throughout the year. In this area here, Josh and the Kevco guys have had that show in Albert Lea, and then we talked about moving it to Rochester and expanding and getting more people involved, and that's what we've done. And it's grown every year, so it's very important for manufacturers to get to the end user, the racer that uses the product, and this is a show that we can do that. And this is kind of our home turf and Kevco's home turf, but we got people that came from all over the country now to see the racers in this area. And if you're within 5 or 6 hours of here, I think it's even probably worth the drive here. So hopefully them guys are on the way here and we can have a really good day. We got great weather, and we're looking forward to an awesome day here.
It's almost like racing itself, right? You need the racers and the fans and the sponsors and the car owners to show up and support this stuff, and you had really good support last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a Saturday night race, right? It starts with having race cars in the pit area, and then the fans got to come and watch the show and support the racetrack. So we got a great group of companies that have decided to come here, and that's stage one. Stage two is let's pack this place.
What's the one, maybe I shouldn't say the one conversation. You've got a variety of things you're showing off here today, but what types of conversations are you hoping to have here with racers and those related to the industry?
I'd say what we're really good at is the technical support. So a lot of guys will ask questions about the chassis components that we manufacture, and then how to maintain them also, and so that their car works properly throughout the whole season. That's the biggest thing we see when we're at the track is cars that aren't properly maintained, and we do a lot of that at these shows, and guys will have questions how to take care of the products that we make, and that's one of the key ingredients to today is education, right? Yep.
It's not like it used to be, and even back when it used to be in the old days, you still had to take care of your stuff, didn't you?
Yeah, it's come a long way. Technology and the different bearings now that we use for making these components better and last longer and work better. I mean, there's a lot of maintenance added to that, and the sport has evolved a lot in the last 20 years, and it's been exciting to be a part of that evolution.
All right, well, we got people coming through the door. Chad, we appreciate it very much. Thank you for supporting this show.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you, and thanks to everybody that come out today.
All right, Chad Weirs with Weirs Machine and Racing Products. As we take a quick gander of his stuff, and we'll make our way down the aisle here as folks coming in 9 o'clock till 4 o'clock here today at the Mayo Civic Center. So we'll allow Josh Ruby with Kevco Racing Oil Pans and Components. Well, we just had a conversation with Chad Weirs, and what I want to say is certainly thank you for all the support that you guys have done to help bring this show here to Rochester and to this part of the Midwest.
Yeah, so we started the show in Albert Lea back in 2017, I think, and we had, I think, 30 vendors there at that, and just a lot of support from all the racing community to put this together. So I mean, it's a huge expense for them to come out here and do this, and I mean, for them to travel as far as they have to be here it's pretty cool.
I said to open the show here, nearly 70 vendors here today, and all of them leaders and industry experts in their own field. There are some heavy hitters here that racers and car owners and those in the industry can come rub shoulders with and ask questions.
Yeah, so we travel a lot to different shows, and I mean, you know, one thing special about this show is unless you go to a show like SEMA or PRI, you're never going to find this many quality vendors under one roof, especially right here in everybody's backyard in the Midwest. So for them to come here like this, I mean, you'd be crazy not to be here to see it.
Well, and sometimes if you're at another type of trade show or race or somewhere, sometimes it's hard to get the individual's time, right, to really have a detailed conversation and explore maybe some options. And you can do that here.
Right. I mean, you got, Joe's Joe's Racing Products flew out here from Washington to be here. I mean, you can call and talk to him on the phone, but, you know, to be here and actually put your hands on his products and see what he makes, you know, you're not going to see that anywhere. So, I mean, if you're, you know, and we got a lot of dealers here that they got specials on parts and stuff. So this time of year, guys are building their cars. I mean, what better time to come out and get a few deals on things and get what you need to finish up the car for the year. And it's just, I mean, there's just so many great people here. It's hard to pinpoint everyone, but I mean, it's just a collective of really great vendors here.
Well, speaking of vendors, let's give a plug to Kevco while you're here. Often one of the things we would say is, well, tell us what's new, or I'll let you answer that however you want as far as what you want to highlight here real quick. But I noticed there's a 10 here that says Kevco drive shafts. I know that wasn't here last year. What's going on with that?
No, that's pretty cool. So this year we got into the drive shaft industry. We bought our very first drive shaft machine. And, so we got Kevco drive shafts is a brand new player in the game. So, I mean, there's pretty cool stuff. We're doing carbon fiber, aluminum, steel. We've got chrome moly drive shafts for the crate late models and modifieds. We got carbon fiber for super late models and USRA modifieds. So whatever a driver needs, we've got it on hand. So.
And that's just drive shafts. There's a whole bunch of other stuff you guys can talk to him about here today. Josh, we appreciate it very much.
Yep, thanks, Chad. Thanks for being here. And, everybody come out to the show.
All right, appreciate it very much. As we'll kind of take a quick gander here at the Kevco booth, is just getting folks in the door here at 9 o'clock to start the Midwest Motorsports Expo here in downtown Rochester at the Mayo Civic Center. And the one thing I want to certainly thank, we appreciate everybody with MBTV and Dirt Race Central in allowing us to be here live and on location here today. So why don't we maybe take a little walk down the way here. I think I'm going to try and jump in with the great folks from Cedar Falls, Iowa, Performance Bodies and Parts. They've been with us for quite a while here at the show. Outlaw Mini Mod Series is here. Hooker Harness directly behind us as we make our walk through the show. You didn't know you were going to be on camera, did you? We appreciate you smiling and waving. Yeah, well, we appreciate Hooker Harness being here with us here today. All right, we'll make our way down. Of course, we mentioned the Outlaw Mini Mod Series. You'll see one of their cars here on display underneath the Kevco banner. Generally speaking, certainly a very fun class to be a part of, but also pretty economical way to go racing. And glad to have them here as we will make our way in once more here to Performance Bodies and Parts. Brian with Performance Bodies, we appreciate We appreciate Joel Rust over there deferring to you. You were wrapped up in a conversation when I come by, and he said, no, talk to Brian. I said, well, you spread the word and let him know. And all kidding aside, thank you for coming back to the show. I know we've had you here, the last several years, and the show keeps getting bigger.
It does, and we're hoping that it continues to get bigger. So we couldn't be more happy to be here.
What types of conversations are you wanting to have here today? And I know the first thing I know you always start with is, if there's one booth here, we always start with the fundamentals, right? Yeah. Same-day shipping. It don't matter if it's flooding, a blizzard that we had the other day. You're going to do everything you can to get stuff out the door, and it's certainly more than just bodies. You got a lot going on there with performance bodies and parts. What types of conversations are you wanting to have here today?
Actually, we're hoping to have some conversations about some of the new product we have in the booth. That's usually what we do when we come to these shows. We bring product that's new to the industry or new to us. We want people to see that what we've got, that our warehouse is stock full of the newest, latest, and greatest products. So
give us an idea. What's the one thing you would point out to the camera here today of as far as something new you got sitting here?
Oh boy, there's a lot of stuff. We've got our new MD3 from the MD3 line, our new MD3 spoiler kit, excuse me. That's got the plastic breakaway side of it, along with our air cleaner top. We've got for our IMCA guys our new 3-inch spoiler for the sport mods. We've got several new Weir's items over on the board here. We keep adding, like to our axle line. We brought in several new Strange axles, some more PEM axles. For our 16-volt customers, we got a new 16-volt battery from Total Power. For the Wissota customers, which we hadn't done much in the Wissota market outside of some bolt-on parts, we have Wissota wheels now from Aero Wheels. We're stocking them. New gauges. We partnered up. We've always been a partner with Bilstein with shocks. We partnered up with them with their new line of springs. So we've just kind of got a little mix of a lot of stuff here.
Well, we appreciate it very much. Always appreciate your support. And I think the one thing I noticed throughout your conversation here, a lot of the companies you reference that you're either now stocking or have new items, either you can answer the questions for them, or you've also got those vendors that are actually here too. So there's a lot of conversations. Racers and owners and mechanics and crew chiefs can all have here at the show.
Absolutely, and I'd say everybody get out here and walk around. And to your point, you've got a lot of the vendors that are in this booth. You can come look at it here. You can actually go walk over and talk to them.
All right, Brian, we appreciate it very much. Thanks for supporting the show.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. Brian with Performance Bodies and Parts. Been with us a long time. So we will continue to make our way here throughout the show. Got Synergy Skink Works, their suspension technologies booth. Looks like they'll be talking shocks and springs and suspensions here throughout the show. I am certainly, if anybody knows me, they know that I love good racing history. And if you're coming in, make sure you check out the IMCA Old Timers booth. Obviously, it says Preserving the Past. They got a new museum up just to the outskirts of the Minneapolis area. I believe that was Farmington, Minnesota, I believe, where they just put up a new museum. So make sure they check out and stop in and see the great folks from IMCA Old Timers as we will make our way. See if we can check in with the great folks at Joe's Racing Products, and we will do so. And again, the show goes from 9 to 4. We're here at the Mayo Civic Center. It is a Midwest Motorsports Expo show, and why don't we have you come on out here on this side of the table. And I was laughing. I was glad you laughed earlier when I come by here, because I made the comment. I said we wanted to come by and chat with yourself here at Joe's Racing Products. And I asked Josh Ruby, I said, who should I find? He said, well, find Joe. Should have been obvious, right? Thanks for coming a long ways to be here at the show.
Oh, no problem. We appreciate this show, and we're looking forward to seeing a lot of customers.
So what brought you out here? Obviously, in this area, the show has continued to grow up to nearly 70 vendors, 70 spots sold for the Midwest Motorsports Expo. What convinced you to come out here all the way from the state of Washington, I believe, to be here to interact with folks?
Yeah, we're from Everett, Washington, which is about 20 miles north of Seattle. But we came here to try to reach more customers, more racers, to show what we have. Chad Wares is a friend of ours, and he was telling us how good the show was, and so we thought we'd come and try it out.
What's the one conversation you'd like to have, or what are the conversations you want to have with racers that are here? Because you've got a variety of different types of products here, and I know you guys either make or sell a whole lot more than what you're displaying here on the table. Give us just a quick background of what your business is, and what are the conversations you want to have here at the show?
Well, yeah, we make everything in Everett, Washington. We have 20 CNC machines. We have robotic welding, guys TIG welding all day. So everything is American-made. And we appeal to the asphalt late model guys, micro sprint guys. Micros are huge for us. The dirt market, pretty much everybody. So we have a huge variety of products. We just keep on trying to innovate and find things that racers need and, try to make things better.
Yeah, so probably similar conversations that you're going to have with the Wears bunch down there, right? How do I make my car faster? I'm having these challenges, right? I'm not using your products. How, what should I be looking at, from your website or what you have here today? I'd assume that's really what you're looking forward to here today.
Yeah, it is. We need to find out what kind of racing, that people are doing, and then once we find out, what type of car they're driving, then we show them what products really apply to what they're doing.
Well, we appreciate you guys supporting and letting us take a little look in here as we're giving everybody a preview of what's going on here at the show. Thanks for coming on out. We appreciate the support.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe's Racing Products. Give you a quick look around here for a moment. Well, we will soon make our way to the Aero Race Wheels booth here in a moment. We're going to cut away for a short break, and then we'll be right back here to the Midwest Motorsports Expo.
With over 40 years of experience producing quality racing components, we're excited to unveil the Kevco Drive Shaft. Our Kevco Drive Shafts are 100% made in the USA from USA-sourced materials. We have developed our drive shafts using precision machine yokes that offer more clearance with higher strength than any other shaft on the market. Our yokes are then zinc-plated black for long-lasting protection. All our drive shafts are meticulously hand-built and balanced on our brand-new Superior Driveline Shaft Master drive shaft machine. Every carbon fiber Kevco drive shaft comes loaded with Spicer 1310, solid-body, non-greasable universal joints for superior strength. We offer U-joints, U-bolts, slip yokes, and anything you may need for your drive shaft. Kevco has the ability to custom build any length drive shaft for any application you may need, whether it be mild steel, chromoly, aluminum, or carbon fiber. Call us today at 800-770-3557 or check us out on the web at kevcoracing.com.
Freight is the backbone of the country, and as long as people need goods, they're going to need somebody to get it to them. My name is Matt Bohl with QualityFreightRate.com, powered by T-Force Worldwide. We provide LTL, truckload, and expedited freight services across this country. If your freight weighs over 120 pounds going over 120 miles, that's where my shipping rates kick in. We help companies ship easier for less. With our system, our customers are able to quote and book shipments with ease 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're having trouble with damages, lost freight, claims of any sort, we can help you with our experience, solve the problem, tell you why it's happening and what you should do to prevent it in the future. Me and my team have been together for over 20 years. We know this industry. We can help all size business, big or small. We love them all, but we have a special spot for small business. Small businesses are pillars in the community. Low rates are critical for a small business because the margins are generally pretty small. They need to have competitive rates. They can't be getting gouged or they lose the sale. Freight is simple. people make it difficult. We work as consultants in the industry, so it doesn't matter what your problem is, we'll solve it. We educate the customers, we solve problems, and we lower their shipping rates. And that's what I've been doing for 20 plus years.
Welcome back to the Midwest Motorsports Expo. We are downtown Rochester, Minnesota, the Mayo Civic Center. The show runs today from 9 to 4, and we appreciate the great folks from MBTV and Dirt Race Central for helping broadcast a live walkthrough as more people, and certainly the attendance is certainly ramped up here right now. And if you're worried about free parking or anything, we've got free parking right next to the show. Plenty of time to come on out and enjoy the show here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo. Let's jump in and chat with actually a company that's not too far from where I live, Aero Race Wheels out of Iowa. We're glad to have you up here, Kelly.
Yeah. This is our third year here. The show has grown amazing over the last 3 years. We love it because it's regional. It's got good demographic. It's perfect area, great place to be, and it's a short drive for us, so it works out just well.
Yeah, it's not so bad. What types of conversations are you wanting to have with racers here? And the one thing, when you stop into like a Performance Bodies and Parts where we just were, they sell your products. I'm sure there might be another vendor here or two. There's lots of avenues for racers to stop up here and talk and have conversations and learn more about product, or maybe even address something they've discovered.
Absolutely, absolutely. Already I've had 2 people stop in and talk about, well, can we get the color chrome in Wasoda? Absolutely, you can get color chrome in anything. We don't sell direct, so I do a lot with the end user. I talk to the end user, but all of our fine distributors, they're the ones that sell the wheels. So we're here as an informational base, letting everybody know what they can get from Aero, where they can get them. That's what we're here for, and it serves its purpose.
What I find, of course, I've been around the industry quite a while. You take like Kevco and Aero Race Wheels, started on really a small scale, and now a national reach, and probably maybe even beyond maybe even beyond our nation's borders for racing. Kind of amazing to watch the growth of a handful of companies in here.
It's a lot of fun. Aero was developed out of an ag wheel company, so we've been around since 1995, and actually the NASCAR market was probably what made our name, and that's fine. We went to grassroots fairly quickly, and it's been our bread and butter ever since.
I kind of forget about that part. NASCAR happened fast, didn't it?
Yeah, very fast.
All right. Well, we appreciate your support. As you said, you've been up here 3 years. Almost seems like longer, but I know in the back end of the show, I know there's some support you provided to help make this happen, and we appreciate it.
Yep. Chad and Josh, Colby, they all do amazing. So if you're not going to make it this year, come out next year. We'll be here.
All right. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
All right. Kelly with Aero Race Wheels. As we'll give you a gander of, always bring the bright colors, right? Make it stand out. Give me the fluorescent stuff, right? So Aero Race Wheels, of course, behind us, Dynamic Drive Lines. Glad to have them all on board as we give a little look in here to the conversation, and we'll kind of make our way past Dyer's Top Rods. We're going to go around the bend here. We're going to come back to a couple of folks here on this side. Of course, we've got Riley Simmons with Matco Tools, got Rage Chassis and Logue Fabrication. We're going to make our way back to these two folks here today. We're going to go around the corner and catch Quick Car Racing Products here in just a moment. Of course, Freedom Race Lifts, we'll have a conversation with them here in a little while. So it looks like we've got actually an opportunity to jump right in. Nothing like walking into a booth and surprising a representative from Quick Car Racing Products with the camera. In fairness, we're having a little fun here, okay? In fairness, I did come by here a couple times to give you a warning. I was going to stop by and chat, but appreciate you being here. I remember Quick Car was up here last year for sure. What keeps making you come back here to this show? This show keeps continuing to grow, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And it's the people and the racers that show up to the show, right? So being able to make the connections with the people and the racers that actually come to this show, which is great for the circle track industry, is what keeps us coming back, obviously, and gives us a chance to introduce all of our new products to them.
Well, what are you showing off here today? Obviously, you're known for the electrical side of things, gauges, switches. I know there's more that you do than that, but looks like that's a pretty big focus here today.
Oh, absolutely. And right here we have our new gauges that we have out this year, the 2 1/16 red line gauges. We have them with the tack panels, have the traditional 2 5/8 tack, so you have a little bit bigger tack, and then the smaller gauges, all electronic, have electric sensors and everything. Gauge visors offered in 2 5/8, 2 1/16, and having some other new products as well, like our new 6-gauge cables and wiring harnesses and stuff like that.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being here. I don't know, anything else you want to get across here today? Where can folks find you? I know you got a website and got catalogs and everything here too.
Absolutely. If anybody has any more questions about our product, feel free to go to quickcar.com and call us anytime at 1-800-997-7333.
Well, I appreciate you letting us come in here and surprise you with, surprise, we're live on MBTV and Dirt Race Central and also some other social channels as well, hyping the show here, and got a good turnout here so far. I know it'll continue to grow here throughout the day.
Absolutely. Chad and his team with Kevco, they're all doing a great job and growing the show, and I hope it gets bigger.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll give you a chance to take a little look around here. All righty. We'll continue to spin around. Actually, let's maybe kind of come back around the horn here. This is see who's all having a conversation. Well, hey, let me get on the right side of the camera here. Riley, Matco Tools, good to have you here. I didn't see you on the list here right away to be here. Glad you're up here, though.
Yeah, it was kind of a last-minute deal. Chad called me, and we had talked about doing it a little bit, and then he's like, hey, we got one more spot left. He's like, do you want to come up and do it? I was like, yeah, I think it'd be a good deal. A lot of racers. I try to help racers kind of deal. So I think it's going to be good.
Well, I see you posting sexy toolboxes and all kinds of things, but as evidenced by what's here on the table, it's so much more than having a good-looking toolbox, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, the big thing about our deal is we try to sell you service, not necessarily tools. So we try to be the guy that takes care of you no matter what. Even if it's like, oh, man, I arced this wrench across something. Well, now it's a damaged wrench. Most people, you're like, oh, well, that's technically your fault. Well, we can still take care of that and warranty it for you. And a lot of our power tools, now we're switching over to, we have a lot of Milwaukee stuff, obviously, as you could tell. There's a couple things that's kind of taken over the market, really. And then, of course, we brought all our toolboxes with us and all our hand tool line of stuff. We make it in just about any color you can think of now.
Well, I called your name several times when it was Susanville, right? Susanville, California. How's it feel to be? Are you a full-blown Iowan now, or how's that feel?
Yeah, we've been in Iowa. I've lived here, I think it'll be 2 years this year. So it's been fun. I enjoy it. I like it out here. I should have done this 10 years ago.
Well, we're glad to have you. Thanks for supporting the show. We'll be back around here again, giving live look-ins and so forth. So we appreciate you taking some time here right now. And tell me what conversation do you want to have with somebody? If they're coming by here, what do you want them to ask you about?
I mean, they can ask me about anything. That's why we try to put a little bit of everything out on display. I mean, the biggest thing would be, like, Fast Shafts just came over here. They were trying to find a set of pliers for some U-joint caps. And they're like, here, can we try these real quick? We got a U-joint cap over there. I was like, here, take it. Go see if it works. And if it works, cool, then we can get rid of it. So
I think that's probably the best example of a collaboration amongst everybody here today. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Riley Simmons, Matco Tools. We'll come back and try and track down Jonathan Logue here a little bit. We're going to walk down the aisle here and see who else we can find to chat with as we make our way. Hey, good to have Randy LaJoy here with Joy of Seating. My goodness, you've got kind of the wing wrapped up replacement. Is that what happened?
Well, yeah, when you're when you hit a lot of stuff and you're a crash test dummy, yeah, you kind of, back in the day, I would hit concrete walls. They didn't have any of these soft barriers, and I might have hit a couple walls. But it feels good. Shoulders feels good. It's amazing what they do with replacement stuff. And
so obviously, you've been making seats and making racing safer here over the last many years. Safety isn't always the first thing a racer thinks about when they walk into a show like this. But whether it's you or somebody else, they should be having detailed conversations about safety, shouldn't they?
I've been beating on it for 30 years now, educating. NASCAR's done a great job with safety stuff, and I work hand in hand with them in the R&D session, and we do a lot of work together. But, the short track guys, their lives are just as important as the speedway guys. So I don't understand why, the emphasis ain't much on short tracks. I've yet to trip over a lot of safety people at short tracks around the country. I've been to, I think, 185 racetracks now since I've stopped driving. And, it's been good and it's been aggravating because, you're trying to sell somebody something that they think they don't need, and which, okay, you could race in your underwear and flip-flops. You don't need that stuff until something happens, and it's the same thing with a seat and the safety system. It's just not one thing. There's a system. There's probably 5 or 6 things inside the driver's cockpit that the guy needs to really pay attention, whether it's a head and neck restraint, fire suit, the belts, your seat, your mounting, your padding. There's a handful of things in the system that help you if you hit something.
Well, you've had a heck of a racing career, and I think the other part of your legacy certainly will be championing let's make all racers safer, and we appreciate you being here at the show.
Good deal. Thank you. Great time.
Randy LaJoy, good to have him. Make our way down the aisle. Dirt Empire Magazine, covering everything in the dirt racing industry. The Winneshiek Raceway, Decorah, Iowa, one of my favorite racetracks that I never get to. You can almost fit it inside the booth here. I'm joking a little bit, but man, Decorah is an awesome, awesome place. Hopefully I get to make my way back there again sometime. Bob Harris Enterprises, Custom Suspensions with us. When we come around the other way, we will stop in and chat with Bob here at the Speedway. Got Deer Creek Speedway, CPD Racing Shocks. Boy, you guys got quiet over there. That camera swung around here to Justin O'Brien and great folks from CPD, and they just shut right up. There ain't going to be no secrets exchanged that way whatsoever, is there? They're just tight-lipped. You got to go right to the booth, apparently. Hey, race fans, I don't have the secret passcode to get in that conversation either, so they ain't going to tell me. But we appreciate him being here. Tommy Nelson, Traction Tommy. Do you remember the last time I had you on camera?
I do.
Do you?
It's been a few years, Chad.
Are you still a crew chief to the stars, or are you just selling traction right now?
A little bit of both. Still doing some tires for guys, and then I'm also bopping around helping still my drivers that I help out with. So wherever I can fill a shoe at and help out a little bit.
So what, more than just scraping mud then when you're out working on a car?
I've grown a little bit.
Have you since the Dakota Tour days? Yeah. Did you ever stop to wonder why nobody ever invited you back to the tour? It might have been that video.
I often wonder that, but I would love an opportunity again.
Well, we kind of made it look like you weren't doing much. You were doing a lot more than we gave you credit for.
Right.
Give us a quick synopsis. I mean, I'm here to pick on you for a little bit, but what are you doing? We see you posting cool hats and tires. What the heck is going on with Traction Tommy these days?
Well, the story goes back in probably like 2019. I met Jacob Blees for the first time, and he invited me to go to I-80 Speedway down in Nebraska, and he was teaching me, different techniques of tires, showing me, hey, this is what we do when the track is like this. Also, if the track is doing something vice versa, this is what we do. And I found a lot of interest in that and took a lot of that knowledge, put it to, when I helped Josh Ruby out, and then that pretty soon grew me into, something I enjoyed. And so now I take care of, 6 to 8 drivers throughout the race season, and they put a lot of trust in me for doing their tires. And it's pretty awesome. Nice little gig that I do on the side, and something I enjoy, and I get to interact with racers, so it's what I like to do.
All right, so you see, I don't pick on you all the time. I give you one heck of a chance to plug the business. Tommy, appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you.
You probably got roped into helping set up too, right?
Yeah, so yesterday morning, came up here early to help Josh with the Kefco booth and everything like that, and the other vendors here to help out, and such an amazing show, and it's pretty awesome for this area, so hopefully everyone enjoys it.
All right, Tommy, appreciate it very much. As we will make our way up here around the bend and then take a short break here in a moment. Of course, the show runs from 9 to 4 here at the Mayo Civic Center. I believe it's only $5 to get in the door here, and as we've already documented, there is a lot of product, a lot of experts that you can come chat with here at this event. Give them a chance to pan back around. We'll come to PEM here in a little while. Toby Race Products. I think it's great folks from Quality Racing Products here next door as we'll round the bend. Of course, we have the Promoters Roundtable, and it's not just for the track promoters that have bought a booth here. If you run a racetrack or in the area, you want to come join the Promoters Roundtable, that'll be about 2 o'clock here this afternoon. And really, it's just a time for an interactive conversation about what's going on in the industry, trying to share ideas and make racing better, share what works, share what doesn't. As we come around, I said quality. I misspoke there. Outsider Performance Products. I apologize for not getting that correct here the first time. So give you a little bit of a look here. As we said, the show goes from 9 to 4. Make sure you jump in that car. Even if you're a couple hours away, you've got time to come and enjoy and chat with a multitude of industry, not only professionals, but industry experts, leaders in their field here during the Midwest Motorsports Expo. How about if we take our next break, and on the other side, we'll make our way here through the show. And I think we're probably going to chat with Carl Customs here next door. So let's take that break, and we'll be back here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo.
With over 40 years of experience producing quality racing components, we're excited to unveil the Kevco Drive Shaft. Our Kevco Drive Shafts are 100% made in the USA from USA-sourced materials. We have developed our drive shafts using precision machine yokes that offer more clearance with higher strength than any other shaft on the market. Our yokes are then zinc-plated black for long-lasting protection. All our drive shafts are meticulously hand-built and balanced on our brand-new Superior Driveline Shaft Master drive shaft machine. Every carbon fiber Kevco drive shaft comes loaded with Spicer 1310, solid-body, non-greasable universal joints for superior strength. We offer U-joints, U-bolts, slip yokes, and anything you may need for your drive shaft. Kevco has the ability to custom build any length drive shaft for any application you may need, whether it be mild steel, chromoly, aluminum, or carbon fiber. Call us today at 800-770-3557 or check us out on the web at kevcoracing.com.
In the early 2000s, a monster was created known today as the Outlaw Mini Mod Series. The chassis was dubbed as the Batwing chassis, and the rest is history. Today, the Outlaw Mini Mod Series travels across the Midwest in a plethora of tracks, showcasing the incredible raw speed and talent these cars possess. With the spec jig-built chassis and all the parts same from car to car, it puts racing back into the driver's hands. Finishing first or fifth comes down to setup and driver skill, not just their pocketbook. These spec race cars turn faster laps than most big cars they share the track with most nights. Visit Batwing Chassis on Facebook or batwingchassis.com to learn more about these bad, fast race cars. Batwing Chassis, where fast, affordable fun is the driving force behind one of the fastest growing classes in the Midwest. Join the fun today.
Peterson up top. There goes Peterson. Peterson goes in at number 2 spot. Ice stays with him. Two to go. Adams up to the wall. Off again and down the front straightaway with 2 to go. Oh, man, I'll tell you, hang on.
When you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere,
QualityFreightRate.com.
The LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
Welcome back to the Midwest Motorsports Expo here downtown Rochester, Minnesota. We are at the Mayo Civic Center. The show runs from 9 to 4, and I have Sean Simmons with Carl Customs making their way up from, I'm assuming, Ankeny, Iowa, right? Making the way up from the Des Moines, Ankeny, Iowa area. And glad to have you up here. I know you've supported the show here the last few years. What brings you back up here? Obviously, it's an opportunity to have really good conversations with racers in this area.
Well, just seeing different people from other areas brings more customer base for us, and we just get our name out there. We show them what we sell. We showcase our engines so people see the engines and know what we do down there. Also, just getting to know a lot of the vendors. It's good to come up here, get to meet everybody that we buy from, and vice versa. The customers, man, they're great here. They come here, they love what we sell. We just have a great time. It's always a good time.
It's been a pretty common theme as we've bounced from a few places here. You either have the manufacturer here, or you can also go talk to the distributor of those products, and obviously multiple perspectives. But you get if you want to talk product, you want to talk about maintenance, you want to talk about making the program better, or even just maintaining what you have, this is really the place to be, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. I mean, just meeting the guys that build this stuff and, the guys that sell it, it's going to make you faster in the long run. Anything you get, and you know what to buy and what not to buy, and what's the hot selling item and what's not the hot selling item. So it's a good thing.
Well, and it's not just what is the hot product. Sometimes just reminding somebody what you have is fine. Let's work on making that work, right?
Definitely. I mean, it's a great show. It's great people, great atmosphere. If you're not here, you're missing out. And hopefully next year it's even bigger. This year is way bigger than last year. So we're having a good show so far. There's a ton of people here. I expect more. It's going to be a great day.
It's pretty amazing when you walk into a show and nobody's in here yet and the talk is already well. We're going to have to find a bigger space next year. We're going to have to try and figure out how to make this work with even more people here. Those are good conversations to have.
Yes, definitely. And, we go to PRI every year, and PRI is so crowded, and you're always just rubbing shoulders with everybody. Right here, it's crowded, but it's not. You can still have that one-on-one conversation with people instead of, having to fight other people to get to get the information that you need. So it's real nice.
You can have a detailed conversation here and build relationships, and that's, I think, the power of this show.
I've met so many people coming to these events, and this one especially. We don't get into up in this area very often. So when we do come up here, we meet all these people. They call me every day now, and I just ship stuff out, or they come see me when we're here.
We appreciate your time. Thanks for supporting the show.
Thank you. Show up. It's a good place.
Well, if you can't make it this year, make sure you come back here next year. As he said, 9 to 4 is when the show runs. We're just getting started here, so plenty of time to come on out to the Midwest Motorsports Expo here at the Civic Center. Carl Customs, we appreciate it. Sean, whoops, I'm knocking the product down here. At least it was something relatively cheap that was unbreakable, so. Of course, plenty of people still coming in. Let's make our way down the aisle here. Of course, rest of the Carl's booth here to the left. Outsider Performance Products. They always bring a massive display here to the show. We'll make our way down this aisle here, and I think we'll try to catch up with Bob Harris Enterprises once we round the bend here. Schaefer's Specialized Lubricant, Schaefer Oil is here. The Wissota sanctioning body is here. Daytona 1 Performance Lubricants. They've got a booth along with Chateau Raceway up at Lansing, so several speedways have signed on to have conversations here at the show. Take a couple of steps and make our way past the Wissota booth in the Daytona 1 group. And we will give you a gander. Of course, Velocita dead ahead. Wild Racing with us here. Looks like Integra Shocks, one of the things they're talking to everybody about as well. All right, how about if we come around here and hang a right? We got a couple of folks that we'll ultimately chat with up here. Of course, Bob Harris Enterprises. Maybe I shouldn't just walk past Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Wave to everybody. We are actually live, so I'm glad you have a big smile here today. We can almost kill a couple of birds in one stone. Carl Fredrickson is back here. Bob, can I make you wait for one moment?
When you get a chance to talk to this guy, you better take it.
I know, he could. I brought mine. Do we have to pay you to talk on live?
The amount of knowledge that this guy has is just unbelievable.
He'll happily take your advertising dollars too, right?
He'll do that too. He's a dual source person.
All right, well, we'll get back to you, Bob. Don't use all your good jokes right away, okay? All right, Carl, we found you away from the Speedway Illustrated booth, and in fairness, I tried to find you earlier to let you know I was going to stop by with a live camera on MBTV and Dirt Race Central, and of course some other social channels hyping the show. Another guy that, you got to buy a plane ticket or you got a long drive to make your way out here, but I know you love coming out to shows like this.
Yeah, I left Boston yesterday morning early and flew through Chicago and landed right here in Rochester. Super easy and surprisingly inexpensive. So, but my favorite phrase in the world is the road to a friend's house is never long. And if you're going to go out and travel and go see racing people, that's never a long trip. So I'm happy to be here.
All right, well, first off, give me a plug for Speedway Illustrated. I always say from a national perspective, it is the motorsports publication, and I know you take a lot of pride in the type of journalism you bring to racing, and you only find it in print. Give us a little synopsis of that.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate that. I've been there since 1992, and I'm one of the new guys. Joyce has been there since 1978, Bruce since 1985. Every story ends with the letters FSW, and that stands for Faster, Safer, Wiser. We believe that our magazine will help people go faster, be safer, and spend wiser. And we have tech stories that are legitimate and prove it. So it's good. And we do stories about the best cars, the winning cars, up close suspension shots in all different divisions. And so for a magazine that costs about $25 a year, we think it's a good investment.
Speaking of good investments, the investment in knowledge you gave me the last time we were together, what stuck with me was it's easy to, want to talk about the national stars or, what is Tony Stewart doing? What's Kyle Larson doing? Those are all important stories no matter what type of, or what part of the racing industry you're in. You and I are both kind of pretty passionate that honestly really where this starts and ends is here on a local and regional level, and that's also what brings you out here.
Yeah, and one of the most remarkable things about Tony Stewart and guys like him is that when I chat with those guys, they know who's winning on short tracks. They are up to speed on everything. It's remarkable how in tune they are with weekly and regional touring racers. It's kind of endearing. It's nice to see. They're not full of themselves. And that's what the real racers do.
Well, we appreciate you supporting the show. How can somebody, I'm a shill for you here today, because here's I don't care whether it's Dirt Empire Media over there or Speedway Illustrated. You're all in the same boat. You're all trying to push or pull the oars the same direction. How can folks subscribe?
Well, you can go through SpeedwayIllustrated.com. That's probably the easiest one. Or 877-972-2362 is another way to call in. We're really important that we show people, local racers, we put them on a national level with stories that matter. We show people how to get involved with racing so they can become active participants too, because really the best seat in the house is behind the steering wheel.
Carl, appreciate it very much. Always some good nuggets. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right. Carl Frederickson, Speedway Illustrated in the house. We'll pan around here for a moment, and we'll get back to Bob Harris here in a moment. So I'm going to jump in front of the camera. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I'll jump in front of the camera. Sorry, that was awkward here for a moment, but that's okay. That is all part of being live. Bob Harris, welcome back to the show.
Hey, it's awesome to be here. Weather's good. Great show. Everybody should come.
Well, I know, and nearly 70 exhibitors up here. I know you were here a year ago. This is, I'm not saying it double, but man, it was a massive upgrade here this year in the number of, not upgrade, but a massive amount of folks that have jumped on to support this show.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, there's not an open booth in the place. I mean, it's full, and great vendors.
So what are you wanting to talk to folks here about today?
Basically, we're just here kind of showing off some of the stuff that we build at BHE and marketing our shock program. That's a pretty big part of our business. So that's kind of our two main things. And we still get a chance to talk chassis tech. You know, I've had some people ask some questions and stuff because of the Bob and Chad stuff and the schools that we've done. So it's just a good event.
Well, there was breaking news. So we used to bring the Harris Clash up here to the Rochester, Deer Creek area. A little shift in location for this year. There's one day a year that I work for you, and it is during the Harris Clash. Tell us about the new date, the new place, and obviously a little different atmosphere going to happen this year for the Harris Clash.
Well, yeah, and Deer Creek is still probably one of my most favorite racetracks, period. I mean, it'll always be that way. It's just a situation where they're located, we're far enough away from some of the IMCA fan that the IMCA fan doesn't support it. So we decided to move it to more of a central location, and we picked Boone Speedway because that's pretty much in the center of Iowa, easy to get to. I mean, you take I-35 to 30, it's very easy to get to. It's going to be June 24th. I'm excited about it, and they're excited about having it there, so it looks good.
We appreciate it. You always have something new and exciting laying around here, something to talk about. In this case, it was the Harris Clash and the technology and the support you bring to the racer.
Yes, and I appreciate that.
Bob, always good to talk to you. We'll come back around and chat. We've got others to find here in a little live walk around here today. Good to see you.
There's a lot of them here to see, so you're going to be a busy man.
I really should have went on that diet and exercise program, but I'm going to get my steps in here today, aren't I?
You're going to be good. You're going to be good.
All right, Bob, appreciate it very much. BHE, Bob Harris Enterprises. So as we walk past the Velocita booth, who else do we have? We have Fast Shafts. They're here having conversations. I know they've been part of the show for a while. Schoenfeld headers making their way up from Van Buren, Arkansas.
Exactly. Already guys.
Buck Munson photo. Good to have Buck here. We'll try and make our way back in and have a chat with Buck here in a moment, but he's got a detailed conversation. Of course, you can see all the great things and then some that he's able to not only take photos, but plenty of great product as well. I'm going to sneak through here real quick past Speedway Illustrated and Gorsuch Performance Solutions. Mankato Motorsports, we appreciate them bringing some outdoor products, superior quality restoration around the bend. think this was Moss Auto Body right here, and that is one amazing truck. Invite you to come on, check out the detail on the Chevy here. So how about this? Let's take our next break, and on the other side, we will come back and chat with the great folks from Freedom Race Lifts, and then make our way through the rest of the show here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo. Of course, it runs from 9 to 4 right here at the Mayo Civic Center. Let's take that break right now, and we're back on the other side with more from the Midwest Motorsports Expo.
Kevco has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevco prides itself on being American-made. Kevco has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.
My name is John O'Connor. I'm a snowboarder for life and a business owner in Windham, New York. We run a restaurant and inn here. This is our backyard. Having a backyard park is really special because being able to snowboard at home and not have to get in the car, go to a resort, wait in the line, is your own creative space to do whatever you want, however you want. You're in your element. You're right at home, and it's a really good feeling when you can tune into the space around you with you and your friends and just make something special of it. The Tow Pro has helped my vision come to life with where I would like to take the backyard setup, and without it, it wouldn't be the same. It's the most easy to use, compact, portable, reliable rope tow that you can buy. It's the best thing that I own as far as what gives me happiness in life. Without it, it's not the same when you're hiking. To be able to keep riding and feel like you're snowboarding, that's what it's all about. And the Tow Pro has made that happen.
Welcome back to the Midwest Motorsports Expo. We run from 9 to 4 here at the Mayo Civic Center. Free parking next door, only $5 to get in. Plenty of time to get here and chat with leaders and industry experts here in the racing industry. One of those we're going to chat with right now, Josh with Freedom Race Lifts. And, you know, the last time we were here a year ago seemed like it was pretty fresh and new with obviously how you guys build lifts for cars. And then you also have a new product here as well. Give us a quick rundown of what you guys have here today at the show.
You bet. Yeah, so this year we brought some sprint cars with us because we have a new sprint car lift line that came out this last year. But the biggest thing we're excited about is we have the first ever electric jack to the industry. Okay, so we have a battery operated jack that all you need is cordless drill batteries, push button operation. You don't have to swing the jack handle. And it's the only jack in the industry that lifts straight up and down with auto safety lock technology that we've patented into all our systems, so it keeps people extra safe.
Well, and you wrapped a lot into the new product, but what you're talking about with the new product is really what's wrapped into the lifts, right? As I remember from last year, you're not tethered with hoses and hydraulic stuff. You're running it either off of an app or there's a multitude of ways you can run it. You got a lot of room to be able to work on the car. Just give us a quick rundown of what makes your stuff different.
Yeah, so we have the patented safety lock technology. So basically we took lifting cars to the next level and auto locking the car up in the air to keep people extra safe. because there's over 4,000 injuries and deaths a year in the United States from failed hydraulic jacks, jack systems, or portable lift systems, and we want to save people's lives and keep people safe.
We appreciate it very much. Glad to have you out here at the show. I told you we'd come back, and I know you got more detail. We'll get into in some other interviews. So we appreciate it very much. And as I said, I went all the way to Arizona, and Chaz Baca, one of the drivers, supporting your product too.
You bet. Yeah, we built a relationship with Chaz a couple years ago at Boone Nationals, and yeah, he's a great guy, great family, great people, and he loved our product. It's like, well, let's work something out. So he's going to help promote and push our product down in his region, down in Arizona, and it's getting some traction. We're getting a lot of people switching over to our products.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks.
Freedom Race Lifts. Nothing like walking up and finding a winner already in IMCA stock car action. Jim Horsch, good to have you along. I know I surprised the heck out of you here with a live hit, but I thought, you know what, if a guy's going to win an AMA in Florida and he's going to be here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo, I was going to say hi. So what we're on is MBTV and Dirt Race Central, and obviously promoting the show here today, and glad to have you here.
Well, thanks, Chad. Kind of a surprise. Yeah, I didn't expect a camera and a microphone in my face here, but
it's like you just never stopped winning, right? It's like Victory Lane carried itself all the way here.
You know, it'd be nice if that were the case, of course, but it doesn't seem to come that easy for me anyway anymore, but it's still fun trying.
I keep telling you, don't sell yourself short because you're like, man, I didn't win, and then the next thing that happens is I won another big one. So you did that down in Florida. From a racer's perspective, and what we're doing is promoting the show and trying to get the word out and encourage people to come out here to the Midwest Motorsports Expo. From a racer's perspective, this is what I really wanted to get to. Why are you here? What do you want to see, and why? You know, what conversations are you wanting to have here today?
Well, you know, I've heard of it. This is my first time ever being here. I've heard of it for the last few years, and I've always wanted to get to it. So I just wanted to come up today and see all the new products and meet with some new people and visit with some people that help support us and help keep us going, and just come see what it's all about.
All right. Thank you for letting me surprise you. I don't do that very often, but I appreciate your input here for everybody tuning in.
You bet, Chad. We appreciate everything you do.
Right. Well, come down and see us over the racing season. Always look forward to having you at the Speedway. So
we'll be there.
All right. No more whining about not winning. You already won in 25, all right?
You did get one. You should have had two.
Well, I know. We maybe won't talk about that, right?
That's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes. Jim, appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right. As you can see, many folks making their way in. We're going to spin around here and make our way around the bend. We have only made it halfway through the show, so we're probably going to kind of walk here for a little while and let you take a gander and see some of the sights and sounds of the Midwest Motorsports Expo. I think we've already documented there's a lot of great conversations, a lot of product. Come out here and see some of the cool cars. Obviously, it's not just what we call maybe traditional race cars. There's motorsports of all kinds represented here. It's got Renegade race fuels and Polytech surface coatings. So if you're looking for something for, well, really anything, commercial, your garage, shop, flooring. Kelly Printing and Signs, got a great looking hot rod. Got the Dirt Show logo right on the top of that car. And of course, CRC Motorsports and Speed Shop. Got Corey Crasper's car here. There's engine service. So we will continue to walk through it. course, good look at Dirt Dueler chassis. Got the Freedom Race lifts under there, so we just chatted with those great folks. AMSOIL's here. Certainly a wide variety of folks you can have a conversation with. And as we said here a little while ago, we're going to have the promoters workshop, and we're going to make our way over here and talk with Austin Lloyd and My Race Pass to find out more about what's going to be going on with that. You know, it's either the waiter or waitress shows up at the wrong time, or we walk up right when your best side was showing there for a moment. Just say it was like in-depth tech support is what you're working on. Austin Lloyd here with My Race Pass.
Yeah, hey, how's it going? Great to see Mark Meeks looking like Santa Claus, as always. I love to see it. Great to see you, Chad. We've announced close to each other for so long, but never with each other, so it's great to meet you.
I know, and then you quit, right?
Yeah, my kids started racing go-karts, and now we've got more PA happening right next to me. No, my kids started racing go-karts, so I retired from announcing last year, and we just race wing go-karts everywhere we can.
All right, well, how about if we maybe give a little view here around for a moment. Austin, hang with me here for a moment. We're going to wait for the giveaway to be done. We want to talk about the Racetrack Promoters Roundtable. There's going to be a Q&A for everybody after that, so we'll get to that here in a minute. Like I said, I didn't realize we're going to have the giveaways right when I was coming up to see you. So, yeah, we'll be right back with you. So. Well, I think might have had the giveaways done there, so we didn't give you much of a break, Austin. So we teed up. It sounds, I know you and I had kind of talked about like 1:30. I talked to Josh. I think it's probably a little closer to 2 o'clock is when we're going to have the Promoters Roundtable. My Race Pass is sponsoring it, but it's not necessarily a, hey, come by or upgrade on My Race Pass. Tell us what's going on with the Promoters Workshop here today.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, I think, is what Josh Ruby said, Promoters Workshop. And really, I want it to be like the Tops Lounge at PRI, like RPM Daytona and Reno, like those types of things. An opportunity for promoters to come together, to bounce ideas off of one another, to help, collaborate and work together to help their race nights, racing in general in the upper Midwest. It's great that this show is getting put on. Chad Weirs, Josh Ruby, everybody involved. It's awesome to have it here. So really, that's what I want it to be, an opportunity for promoters to learn from one another and collaborate with each other.
Yeah, and obviously looking forward to that. There's several tracks here. It's not just for promoters or track representatives that have paid for a booth. If there's one within a couple hours away, jump in the car. You can be here and learn just as we want you here too.
Right, yeah, there's a lot of tracks here that are going to be involved. Fairmont's right next to us. I know Cole Queensland is here. He's a former National Promoter of the Year at the RPM show, so it's great to have Cole here. So there's a lot of people to learn from here. There's a lot of racetracks here. Mississippi Thunder is here too. Everybody knows who they are. So yeah, really looking forward to kind of getting their input on some of the topics. We got a bullet point of topics we'll throw out there and just kind of let the promoters take the conversation where they want.
Well, and obviously you are here with My Race Pass. You want to chat about that? Obviously you'll have those conversations here today too, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of new stuff. There's always a lot of new stuff with My Race Pass. We have so many different avenues in which you can go down. People think of the race management in the app, and that's great, yes, but websites and print products and digital waivers will be the new thing this quarter. I know promoters hate having to keep track of those waivers for 7 years for insurance companies. Let's do this digitally, and we now have a solution for digital waivers. Announcer audio in the app is going to be another new thing this year, so really looking forward to getting those things out there. We got products for fans, tracks, series, drivers, everybody involved. So, we're here, and we're happy to talk to whoever wants to come up.
All right, well, you and I will be, it's kind of your deal, but right over here we're going to have the Promoters Workshop. Looking forward to it. And we get finally a chance to connect. Like I said, we've kind of been next door and never had really the chance to really hang out and either chat or work together. So good to see you.
Yeah, you as well. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right, Austin Lloyd with My Race Pass. And again, 9 to 4, about an hour into the show here right now. We're going to make our way down one last aisle, and try to maybe catch one more racing representative. You got Zach's Trailers out of southern Minnesota here right next door. Traction Stands here on the corner. Hi, guys. Hi. Fairmont Raceway got their booth here. So Fairmont Raceway, one of the tracks here, and Zach Vanderbeek over there. We'll try and chat with him here in a moment. Fairmont Raceway always has really cool merchandise, so well done. That's your department, right? I'm kidding. But probably pretty factual. Yeah, always looks great. Always love the apparel, so kind of near and dear to my heart. Always appreciate the Dwayne Hanson tribute stuff there, so on Sadoff's car, so. So this car here that Zach Vanderbeek brought up, a good-looking car, but that thing sat underneath the cover the entire time here. So if you were going to take a gander under the skirt of this one, you were going to have to work for it if you were here covertly. So Zach in a conversation there. We'll make our way down here, and if we get a chance, we'll come back and try and chat with him. You got CTS Trailer Sales out of Wisconsin, my home track, Kasuth County Speedway out of Algona is up here. Tire Demon by Love Tap. So we swing around the end here. Now there's a novel idea. Put your table for your booth right in the back of your really cool Chevy here, the Sleepin' C10. I guarantee after you take a look at this one, you will not be sleeping on it necessarily. Let's see if we can find Buck Munson somewhere down here in this aisle. He was knee-deep in conversations the last time. Well, how about two Minnesota legends up here? We've got Buck Munson photo, and we got Doug Hilson hanging around here, so always appreciate it. It's almost like a reunion up here. Buck, there's lots of cool stuff I can't wait to take a look at. First off, I know you've been receiving a lot of love, but it was kind of maybe for what we maybe don't want to talk about. Kind of a rough day a few days ago. Glad to see you up and around. Glad you're all right.
I'm okay. I'm here to tell a story anyway.
Well, absolutely. I tell about the Alp. We always say the racing community, even though it may extend across the country or across even the entire globe. I know there's a ton of people that reached out and offered whatever they could to help out, or leave just saying, "Hey, glad you're all right," and trying to find a way to support you. I know that was important.
Yeah, pretty much everybody I run into is asking how I'm doing or whatever, and what the heck happened and all this and that. But yeah, it's nice.
What do you got going on here? I mean, often we have the track photographer, the series photographer there. We don't always realize, hey, it's sometimes more than just photos,
Yeah, I do all kinds of custom stuff, whatever you can think of. Calendars, clocks, hats, tumblers now, it's my new thing. Anything you want done, we can do. Cards and sponsor photos.
All righty. Give a chance to... Neon always looks so good, right? Neon always looks so good, and I know a lot of race teams and sponsors lean on you as well as having, finding a way to thank sponsors or have something cool in the race shop.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great way to showcase your sponsors and sponsor photos and cards and stuff, and yeah, or calendars. I can do custom calendars for race teams. I've done that. Yeah, pretty good.
All right, Buck, I appreciate it. We'll get a chance to catch up. Always look forward to having you around here today.
This picture I took, that's the last picture from that night.
Yeah, so what Buck had an unfortunate meeting of the race car that you see back there that we were zooming in on. That's a pretty amazing story to tell, right? Like you said, last photo, and it got a little sideways from there, unfortunately. Glad you're all right, Buck. Glad you're here. We appreciate you supporting the show.
Yep, thanks for stopping by.
All righty, let's. I'm not going to pass. Whoops, we just made a mess here. Well, I guess we're going to leave somebody to clean that up here in a minute. But Doug, come on over here. I'm not going to. I know we're surprising you, putting you on live TV of sorts here right now, but in my opinion, one of the legends of Southern Minnesota racing. There's been many of them, but you were at it a long time, and you had a lot of success too. Doug Hilson with us.
Oh yeah, it's been a long time. I was just telling somebody it's probably been about 50 years.
Are you still racing?
A little bit. The last number of years, I've done a kind of a limited schedule. Last year, I ran Chateau Speedway Friday nights. Went to Fairmont a couple times. Ran a vintage sprint car over there and won 2 races. It's been a while since I won a feature, but I had to do it in a vintage car. And do a few other specials here and there, but that's about it anymore.
Well, I always look forward to seeing you. You were always and are one of the nice guys in the sport, but you also you'd put it on them on the speedway too. So
we've had our days. We've had events where we've done well.
What brings you to this show? Is it kind of a reunion, or you got specific things you're wanting to have conversations on?
I just kind of like to see if there's anything new or different, something that's interesting. So,
well, we'll let you get back to chatting with Buck. I would say everybody's glad to see he's all right, and he's here supporting the show. We appreciate you from a racer's perspective being here as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, Doug Hilson, Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. Appreciate what he has meant to the sport. Doug, I kind of left a mess here, but would you mind? We don't need to put that on camera, for gosh sakes, but I appreciate you guys helping clean up my mess. I apologize. So good to see Buck and Doug here at the show. We're going to make one pass around and see if Zach Vanderbeek is done with the conversation, and if he's still knee-deep in selling product or cars, we'll either find somebody else to chat with or make our way towards the end of our live look-in. Appreciate MBTV, Dirt Race Central, and all the social channels that are bringing you this live walk-around here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo. This show will go until 4 o'clock here today. Be at the Mayo Civic Center. Holy cow. Speaking of racers we can surprise with a live hit right now. You owe this live hit right now, Jerry Flippo, to the fact that Zach Vanderbeek is still in the conversation. What brings you here to Rochester?
Just come to see all the cool parts everybody's got going around for this new season, building a new car, and see if we can't get a couple new sponsors out of this deal.
I was going to say, we've seen each other out in Arizona, and you put a couple weeks in at Winter Nationals. Sometimes we say it was up and down, man. Boy, you had some bad luck out there. There might be some conversations on parts and things you need out here, right? And I mean that in a loving way. Sometimes racing don't always go your way, and obviously that's what this show is for, right?
Yeah, definitely. We definitely had a lot of parts failures that just some stuff you just would never see happen. So it's just stuff you got to talk with manufacturers just to improve their stuff and just build from there.
Well, the one thing, you had speed. Sometimes it's just bad luck, right?
Yeah, I definitely have probably the worst luck in racing, but just keep chucking along here, and one year we'll have a good year here.
You've not ever. I always tell people, don't ever sleep on the 13 because he will jump up and bite you at a big show somewhere, and you've done that.
Oh yeah, definitely. If we get some luck out of the big shows, for sure, we'll be up front for sure.
Thank you for letting us surprise you with doing a quick live hit here to promote the Midwest Motorsports Show. Good luck here in 2025. I know you're eager to get going.
All right, thank you.
All right, Jerry Flippo, letting me surprise him. And we killed enough time that I don't think anybody is chatting with Zach here at the moment. So, Zach, if you were here to your booth just a little earlier, I would have teed you up and said, hey, I'm going to stop by and we're going to talk live here right now for a moment. But we're on a multitude of social channels right now, obviously promoting the Midwest Motorsports Expo. I didn't see your name on this list right away to be up here, but you brought 2 really good hot rods, and we appreciate you supporting the show up here in Rochester.
Yeah, Chad and Kevco, those are been good supporters of mine, you know. So I felt like I really needed to come do that for them, and it happened to just work out good because we got 2 brand new cars here, a brand new stock car and brand new modified of USMTS car that I'm gonna be racing here pretty soon. So it was like let's just go showcase those, and you know, it's maybe make our trip worthwhile. Just let everybody know that we have a heartbeat, kind of showcase some of our products here and some of the stuff that we do kind of in house, and yeah, so yeah, would come out and see us. Support this show. It's been growing, and you know, they got I think it's all sold out. So yeah, it's a good deal.
I joked when we walked past here earlier that if somebody was going to stick their head underneath the modified, the cover was on it until you got here. So they're really going to have to work for it, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. I don't know. There's this is a prototype car, and we're kind of doing some things that you know, I don't necessarily want everybody to see just yet. So, but definitely excited to see how that goes. And you know, obviously, if people want to get on the program and are interested, and we'll talk about some things. But at the end of the day, we just want to showcase how nice our fit and finish is, and quality. You know, we want to you know, that's where we really focus.
Yeah, and obviously been in the modified game a long time. I know it's not a breaking news story to say stock cars, but I know there's a lot of people who are excited you jumping into a stock car. And I've seen some guys in my area, it's like, oh, suddenly they've got one of your cars now. That has to be exciting to see that grow.
Yeah, that's, you know, I feel like we're just scratching the surface, really. You know, we got into it last year, you know, we've sold about 10 cars now. Probably going to do 8 or 10 more this year. You know, that's all I really want to do. I want to keep the group small, kind of keep it more of an elite group to where, you know, we can share information and help everybody in that program. So, you know, I always encourage all of my customers to contact me, and you know, I want to help you. I want to make you fast. You know, if you want it, I want it for you too. So so yeah, we're excited for that, and we're gonna keep building that program, and that's really filled the void. I mean, it's a big popular class, you know, and when we do B mods too, and that's not a dying class, you know, that's gaining popularity and stuff. So yep, we can take care of anything. So
appreciate it very much. Thanks for letting us surprise you with a little live TV coverage here today, but I know you'll take it. Thanks for supporting the show.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yep.
Zach Vanderbeek. Appreciate it very much, Zach. As we make our way back down the aisle, looks like we're going to try and squeeze in one more here today. So we will take one more stop here around the bend. You can tell we didn't exactly plan the walk around exactly for efficiency here today, as we'll make our way here again. We will ignore Logan Kelly because nobody likes a flag man anyway. Hi, Logan. Hi, you could have just kept walking, but you had to find some way for camera time today, didn't you?
Well, I figured you'd probably talk to Emily more than me. She's the reason we're here.
Really?
Yeah.
So what was on your list? It probably wasn't the race show.
It's definitely not the race show.
Apparently there's a whole bunch of antique stores in Rochester that we have to go hit up after we're done here.
Really? Okay, I really want to talk to her now because it's hard to find a good antique store in Minnesota, in my opinion.
I know. That's why we're going.
Can you send me the list? I mean, I can't join you today. I've got kind of a full schedule here today.
I do have an itinerary, so I can pass it along.
Yeah, you get with my people, and that'd be great. So you're right. I would rather talk to her.
So what? You're just doing all the big stuff now?
What do you define big stuff?
So you do this. You were out in some other big tour deal over the winter, weren't you?
Well, it was called Winter Nationals. So thanks for remembering what that was.
It's just a lot of racing, right? So
it was.
We got Salute the Vets tour coming this year again. So all the big stuff, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We already talked.
You're going to get to see me at two of the 3 vet shows. So.
Well, I thought you were retiring, but apparently you're back.
They drug me back out of retirement in Algona, and Boone's Boone, so I'm going to be there.
Actually, what I was told was you need money for a wedding.
Well, that's what she told me to pick up a third or fourth night too. You know, she has expensive taste for the wedding, so.
Also, keep in perspective, it's probably a case she's already tired of you, and you haven't even tied the knot yet. So.
That is very true. She asked if we had any March shows I could go flag just to get out of the house and leave her alone.
All right, well, nobody wants you. I'm kidding. Logan, I appreciate it. We always give each other a hard time, but I appreciate it. You dropping in here. Yeah, give me the list of antique stores, because
I'll pass it along. No,
I'm down. I could care less about the Tupperware and whatever else. But find me some good mantique stuff and send me photos.
Mantiques, I'm on it.
Right up your alley. All right, good to see you guys. No smiles here, apparently, right? It was full-blown camera for the kid in the stroller, and there was nothing. No smile, no nothing. So getting a good look at, is that Danny Mac's car? I believe so. We checked. Oh, Buck Shafroth. Wrong 92. That was a mistake on my part there. So appreciate it. Gave you a good walk around here today at the Midwest Motorsports Expo. We go until 4 o'clock. Free parking next door. And as we've documented on a pretty long walk around here at the show, lots of people to talk to, and every one of them an industry expert. Appreciate you tuning in here across the social channels. I'm Chad Meyer. Thanks to MBTV and Dirt Race Central for bringing you the live walk around here at the Midwest Motorsports Expo.
With over 40 years of experience producing quality racing components, we're excited to unveil the Kevco Drive Shaft. Our Kevco Drive Shafts are 100% made in the USA from USA-sourced materials. We have developed our drive shafts using precision machine yokes that offer more clearance with higher strength than any other shaft on the market. Our yokes are then zinc-plated black for long-lasting protection. All our drive shafts are meticulously hand-built and balanced on our brand-new Superior Driveline Shaft Master drive shaft machine. Every carbon fiber Kevco drive shaft comes loaded with Spicer 1310, solid-body, non-greasable universal joints for superior strength. We offer U-joints, U-bolts, slip yokes, and anything you may need for your drive shaft. Kevco has the ability to custom build any length drive shaft for any application you may need, whether it be mild steel, chromoly, aluminum, or carbon fiber. Call us today at 800-770-3557 or check us out on the web at kevcoracing.com.
Freight is the backbone of the country, and as long as people need goods, they're going to need somebody to get it to them. My name is Matt Bohl with QualityFreightRate.com, powered by T-Force Worldwide. We provide LTL, truckload, and expedited freight services across this country. If your freight weighs over 120 pounds going over 120 miles, that's where my shipping rates kick in. We help companies ship easier for less. With our system, our customers are able to quote and book shipments with ease 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you're having trouble with damages, lost freight, claims of any sort, we can help you with our experience, solve the problem, tell you why it's happening and what you should do to prevent it in the future. Me and my team have been together for over 20 years. We know this industry. We can help all size business, big or small. We love them all, but we have a special spot for small business. Small businesses are pillars in the community. Low rates are critical for a small business because the margins are generally pretty small. They need to have competitive rates. They can't be getting gouged or they lose the sale. Freight is simple. People make it difficult. We work as consultants in the industry, so it doesn't matter what your problem is, we'll solve it. We educate the customers, we solve problems, and we lower their shipping rates. And that's what I've been doing for 20 plus years.
In the early 2000s, a monster was created known today as the Outlaw Mini Mod Series. The chassis was dubbed as the Batwing chassis, and the rest is history. Today, the Outlaw Mini Mod Series travels across the Midwest at a plethora of tracks, showcasing the incredible raw speed and talent these cars possess. With the spec jig-built chassis and all the parts same from car to car, it puts racing back into the driver's hands. Finishing first or fifth comes down to setup and driver skill, not just their pocketbook. These spec race cars turn faster laps than most big cars they share the track with most nights. Visit Batwing Chassis on Facebook or batwingchassis.com to learn more about these bad, fast race cars. Batwing Chassis, where fast, affordable fun is the driving force behind one of the fastest growing classes in the Midwest. Join the fun today.
Kevco has been an industry leader in high-performance oil pans and components for over 35 years. Made in Fairmont, Minnesota, Kevco prides itself on being American-made. Kevco has expanded our product line way beyond just oil pans to valve covers, breather systems, jack stands, boilers, wheel sockets, and much, much more. Check out KevcoRacing.com to see everything we have to offer, including our line of street, off-road, and performance oil pans and accessories. Or call 800-770-3557 to talk with our friendly customer service today.
Peterson up top. There goes Peterson. Peterson goes in at number 2 spot. Ice stays with him. Two to go. Adams up to the wall. Off again and down the front straightaway with 2 to go. Oh man, I'll tell you, hang on.
My name is John O'Connor. I'm a snowboarder for life and a business owner in Windham, New York. We run a restaurant and inn here. This is our backyard. Having a backyard park is really special because being able to snowboard at home and not have to get in the car, go to a resort, wait in a line, is your own creative space to do whatever you want, however you want. You're in your element. You're right at home, and it's a really good feeling when you can tune into the space around you with you and your friends and just make something special of it. The Tow Pro has helped my vision come to life with where I would like to take the backyard setup, and without it, it wouldn't be the same. It's the most easy to use, compact, portable, reliable rope tow that you can buy. It's the best thing that I own as far as what gives me happiness in life. Without it, it's not the same when you're hiking. To be able to keep riding and feel like you're snowboarding, that's what it's all about. And the Tow Pro has made that happen.
When you've got to ship it from anywhere to anywhere,
QualityFreightRate.com.
The LTL Freight Logistics Specialist for your small business.
QualityFreightRate.com.
We simplify shipping, eliminate those surprise charges, and negotiate the best rates from most LTL qualified carriers.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Special residential and liftgate rates available for automotive and ag implements.
QualityFreightRate.com.
Use the promo code ICE and get 10% off your first shipment. Startup is so easy. Get a quote and ship today. QualityFreightRate.com.
With over 40 years of experience